it's Wednesday in our town has plenty now. Do you know I had to sing OTHP in my head before I could speak? It's terrible. Here we are, it's Wednesday morning, and I have to do this. So Rack said to me the other day, he said, you don't... Oh, Rack, we haven't got a selfie. You're going to have to come and do that while we're talking. Can you do a selfie?
Now?
Yes, do it now. Because I did explain to our lovely guest this morning, thank you. I did explain that we have a very laid-back approach to our podcast, and not to worry, because it's really sort of...
it's fun, isn't it?
It's louche, I think, is what we call it. We call it louche. So who are we? This came up the other day. Someone said, you don't tell us who you are anymore, because Kath used to do that. Kath used to say, so who we are is, and where we are is, and what we do is. She was really good. I'm not so good at that, so I have to write it down. Who are we? Mike?
Yeah, I'm Mike.
Yeah, he's Mike. I'm Patsy. And this guy here, who's going to get in front of the camera in this moment, there's Rakesh. Rakesh. He films everything, edits everything. So my work all happens at the beginning. His work happens from now throughout. So, what are we? Our town has plenty.
Yeah.
What are
we? It's a good news podcast.
It is. Are you reading off my script?
Yeah. We focus on things that are happening around the town and the amazing people that make Hastings and St Leonards what it is.
We do. Yeah. And there's a lot of material, as you can appreciate, for a town that's so creative. So, we're good, celebrating the wonderful people from here.
Where are we today?
Where are we today? So, Rack's doing a pan round, which you'll be able to see when he edits this beautifully, I hasten to add. Got to keep on his good side, otherwise he'll have a song and then he'll go, and we don't want that. He'll flounce. He's a Leo, he'll flounce. So we are at the stage. What do we call this, guys?
Classroom on the Coast.
It's called Classroom on the Coast.
Yeah.
In the stage.
In
the stage hall, part of the whole stage building.
Correct.
Yeah. So today we'll be speaking with. We've got we're splitting this in half this week, as well as having shout-outs. So we're splitting this in half. We're going to dedicate half to Sustenance food support, which is Rima and Madeleine. Yes, I got that right, didn't I? Yay! Because I didn't write it down. Rima and Madeleine are going to talk, because I was with Rima's group last week and I visited the project, which was amazing. Because I love the project and it's fantastic. And then we're going to switch over and we're going to work with you, Ross. We're going to talk with you about Spunglass Theatre. Ross Drury. Yes. Is it Drury or Drury?
Drury.
Drury, as in Drury Lane.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm fed up with saying it.
Are you related to Ian?
No,
that's
Drury as well. Yeah. It
Is it?
smells slightly different.
Drury, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Dury. Ian Drury in the blockhead.
Isn't Ian Drury
My bad.
D-U-R-I-E? Maybe not.
Who knows?
Not my area.
Not my... Okay, well, cool.
Never mind.
Yeah, anyway.
Never mind. So, so we're going to be splitting it between the two. So you'll get to hear about food project and theatre project. So can't wait. So I need to do a couple of shout-outs before we start, actually, because these are quite urgent ones before we get into the relaxedness of our guests. So a couple of things have happened this week. We were alerted to a problem that's been experienced by Mudworks, our lovely folks at Mudworks that we know up on that wonderful. Somebody mentioned it, actually. Ray Manning called it. It's like living in Stoke Newington, that little corner up by Tower Road, by the Tower Pub. So they're up there in Mudworks. They are having a real problem. Chantal and Isabella are facing a situation that's putting their business at serious risk. So for over a month, Wix, the people who they have their website with, have been holding £4,000 of their money. So during this time, they've done everything they have been asked to do to verify who they are, to release this money, but it's caught. The money is kind of caught in a net and it's not being released, which to a small business is £4,000, an awful lot of money. That's a lot of clay they can't buy, a lot of of what they're called. What do? You dip it in the clay and you put it in a, I can't remember what the word is.
Kiln?
No.
Glaze?
Glaze, thank you, glazes. Yeah. Yes, you do. You're absolutely right. And then you glaze them. That's a lot of things that they can't sort out or pay their bills. That is terrible. So they are caught in a bit of a trap. If anybody out there in our town has plenty land, listeners, viewers, followers, and can't think of the other one. If any of you know how to get past this for them or have experience of your money getting caught in a wix, how do you get past it? Can you get in touch with us or directly to Mudworks? And we'll put up a link for Mudworks. If not, you can go up to see them. They're at the junction of London Road and Tower Road West and Tower Road. So they're exhausted, frustrated and running out of options. So they're looking for people with experience and they're really starting to worry. So if you could get in touch, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, women.
It's all one pot.
It's all, very good.
No,
Yeah.
soon.
Boom tish, boom tish, boom tish, boom tish. So, just a brief rundown on where we were last week. Where were we last week, Rack? So our town has plenty got involved with the Electric Palace, and we didn't have to do, actually Julia asked us very nicely, would you come and do, are you interested in adverts? And I went, yeah, very interested. And then I told her about my history, which is my first job was at McCann Erickson, the original big agency in the world. And I was 17, a very long time ago. But it was great because we talked about ads and they showed old ads and it was nostalgic and it was really sweet.
How long has it been?
How long has what been?
Since you were 17?
Well, I'm 65. You can do the math. It's a long time. But it was great. So when you pick up Jaffa Cake, what do you say? Full moon, half moon.
Do you know this?
No.
You don't know yet.
You guys need to come to the show.
Yes. So Jaffa Cake ran a campaign, and it was a woman stood up in front of the. I think she was a teacher. Stood up in front of the class, and she says, "So, children, full moon," and she shows the Jaffa Cake, bites into it, half moon. Then she eats the whole lot, and she goes, "Total eclipse." So it's one of those things that actually I stood in front of this audience at the Electric Palace on Sunday, and I started it, and they all joined in. Yeah. Everybody knew the ad because they were all ad nerds, which is really nice. And to me, the ads were the most important bit between the programs.
I do love a good ad. Americans do ads pretty well now.
They do, yeah.
It's almost not fair.
Yeah.
How good we are at selling things.
Yes,
Big budgets.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, back in the 70s, they used to have massive budgets in the UK, and it was a big thing. Double Diamond works wonders. We are going back a long way now. Rima's looking at me going, I have no idea what you're talking about.
But a beer. I'm just showing my youth, sorry.
It was, thank you, Madeleine. It was a beer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What else might I think? Yeah. Will it be chips or jacket spuds? Will it be salad or frozen peas? No? I'm in the wrong audience.
Yeah, what's going on
Thank God
today?
it was the right audience on Sunday.
This show is
To mash get smashed.
Oh, for Mash Get Smashed.
Robot.
Absolutely, yes. That was that's the second favourite ad of all time.
Really?
Yeah. The most favourite ad is Guinness. Tick, Follow, Top, the Surfers. Do you remember that?
I remember that one, yeah.
Ooh, superb.
Very intense.
Yeah, it was very intense. It was super, super. But I'm going to stop now because I realise I'm with the wrong crowd. So I'm going to do a kitty from Cheadle, Victoria Wood, and move on. So actually, what we need to do is get with our lovely people, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Have I got the wrong? Yeah, I've got the wrong piece of paper. As is my way. As is my way. So let's start with. No, you don't. You pick that. Let's start with, because we're not moving chairs around today, lovely people. Let's start with Rima and Madeleine from Sustenance. Food Sport.
Food Sport.
Bing, bing, bing. Right. Hello, darling.
Hi. Nice to
Hello.
see you.
It's so lovely to see you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
It's wonderful. So I came and visited. You weren't there, were you? You had a week
I
off.
had a very rare week.
A rare week off.
Yeah.
Maybe this
I'm usually there.
Yeah.
second week off in 4 years.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Madeleine. So you're really, really supportive of the project.
Absolutely. I've been with it since the beginning. You become quite obsessed with it, really.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Madeleine's now a trustee as well. So.
Yeah. Are you?
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
am.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You'll have to forgive the sound in here. We've got these super, super noisy fridges. So, what made you? Because when I was there, I was absolutely taken aback by how incredibly well. It's really slick operation you've got going there. How long has it been going?
4 years in May. Yeah, and thank you for coming. We really appreciate
Oh, no, it's
you
great.
coming to see us and just to witness the project firsthand.
Yeah,
you know, because that felt good. That was really nice.
What was so nice was turning up, and I literally showed up as she asked me. She said, "Come at 12:45." We opened the doors at 1, so I popped through the door, and the queue was going around the block for the people at Concordia Hall in St Leonards. And do you know Concordia Hall?
No.
Church Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people were all queuing up, and it felt there was a sense of urgency going on in the room and outside. And it was I walked in, and you got people on the front desk. There was a board. Rack will show all this in the film, and cooks in the kitchen, people in pinnies, and all the way down one side of Concordia Hall, which is long, were boxes and boxes and boxes of pre-prepared fruit, veg, dry goods. There was even a frozen area where you get your frozen stuff, like gallons of milk. It was all going on. And it was all down one side, and people were all manning their stations. And I thought, oh, it's interesting how this is going to work. And I watched people file in, give their £2, isn't it? 'Cause it's a membership.
Donation, but if
£2
they
donation.
don't have it, they don't have to pay it.
No,
Take it
we're
the
quite
next week.
flexible.
Very
Most people do
flexible.
pay.
Yeah.
They like that exchange.
They
Mm.
do.
They're paying for it.
And it's a membership, isn't it?
We like to call our service users guests members.
Yeah. No,
So
I love
that
that.
they have a kind of an ownership of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can feel that pride in that. They came in, gave their money over, and they went in, and I wouldn't say slowly, but surely it was not slowly. They literally, everybody took their boxes, they decanted it into their wheelie trolleys in little cases or bags for life, and then these very long tables. I love the long table. All dressed, flowers that Rack will take photographs of, and they had flowers all the tables, and all of a sudden, these staff come out of nowhere, table waiting, and people are waited on, which is beautiful. Yeah. How many courses do you have for food?
Well, we do a 3-course meal, and it's all cooked from the surplus that we've collected throughout the week.
Yeah.
So chef in the morning is sort of confronted with a load of crates of stuff, and then has an hour and a half to kind of go, all right, this is what we're making,
Yeah.
starter, main and dessert. And there's an incredible kitchen team, and they all come together, and
Yeah.
they're pretty well oiled in there as well.
They're phenomenal.
And then at 1 o'clock, it's served to people
It's
at the
showtime,
tables.
isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want it to be like a special treat, you know, something that people aren't queuing up for food, that
No.
they're sat down and they get to enjoy a meal
Yeah.
all to them.
I think, Patsy, your experience is quite common in that people may have heard of Sustenance theoretically.
Yeah.
They know that it's kind of a food bank, it's this, you serve food. But when they visit,
Yeah.
they're kind of blown away
They are blown away.
by how wonderful it is, the atmosphere in the room, the concept of serving people, treating them with dignity.
Yeah.
And I think that all really impacts when you visit.
Yeah.
It's a theory, but in reality.
Oh no, it's in real life. I was really, really dignity is a big thing in my world. Having dignity for whatever it is you do, you know, working with people with dignity, because there's nothing worse. Because when somebody loses that, they lose a lot of the time. They lose the will, and in a big way, don't they?
And we want to kind of address that.
Yeah.
People do turn up there who are, you know, not in a great place.
Yeah.
And we want to make them feel very relaxed and welcome there.
Yeah.
And accepted. There's no judgment. And that can be quite rare in the agencies they're having to deal with and things like that. So when they come to us, it's different.
Yeah. It is so different. It's so different. I found it really, really heartwarming, in a non-virtue signalling way, because I can't bear that when people are lady bountiful and I'm doing this for a good cause. It didn't feel like that at all. It felt like a business.
We meet as equals.
Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Only one of us could find ourselves in that position.
Yeah, we're all 2 paychecks away from that situation anyway, aren't we? Most
Why
of us.
would you treat anyone different?
No, I loved it. It was great. The whole setup, the fact that people had walked out and they felt they got a decent, you know, big old decent. I'm talking about a heavy trolley full of food, and then they got down. And what was so nice, as Rima said, do you want to join us? And I went, yeah, sure. Because I'd gone round and panned around with the camera and gone and met the kitchen staff, and it was great. James and Jane and Andy. Oh, there were so many people. I'll write them all down. Hamish, I want to say.
Yeah.
Gabby,
Was Gabby there? Yeah.
Not sure, but I did actually make a note of all the names of the people I met. Ollie in the cupboard.
Yes,
Is it the king of the cupboard, isn't he?
Ollie in the
Right.
cupboard.
Ollie in the cupboard. He
That's
loves
it.
his
I've
cupboard.
got Ollie in that
It's
now.
very strong ownership. Over
Yeah,
that
he's
cupboard.
very strong. We did a video that will go out on this actually, but it was really, really superb the way it was done, and you could feel. You know, I sat down and I was chatting with a couple of chaps, Andy and Paul, Peter. Was it Peter? I can't remember. Big chap. And
Andy is the big chap.
Andy is the big
Andy,
chap.
Alan.
Oh, and Alan.
the
Yes,
elderly.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so good, and we chatted about all sorts of nonsense, but it was really nice and friendly, and they've been using the service for some time. But they loved it. It said, never miss a Thursday. Never miss a Thursday.
I think with Alan as well, he really enjoys it for social purposes, which we have with some of our elderly
You could see that.
members, that they really look forward to just sitting
So
down
important.
and chatting with other people in their community that they might not normally get
Yeah.
to engage with, which is great. You know.
I think when it started, there was a lot of emphasis for us on saving food, you know, food not being wasted,
Yeah.
and distributing it.
Yeah.
And then when we actually put these things into practice, the social element, the community element
Yeah.
of the project, we slowly realised that was hugely important as
Yes.
well. Because people come back and they've made friends and they sit at the table and
You can
talk
see
together. Yeah, they form their little...
They form
yeah.
groups, don't they?
So it has another element to it.
Yeah.
It's just as important actually now as the others.
I totally agree. And I love the fact that there were people there saying, Mum couldn't make it today, but I bought a pot. Can you fill it? Yes, of course. So you had soup. Oh my God, Jane created the most sublime, what was it? It was spring greens soup or something.
It was a greens soup from Stony Link had donated us loads of chard and spinach and kale, and so with potatoes and onions and stock cubes, they made the most incredible.
She did.
Super
Lots of
green
black pepper.
soup.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
pretty
blew me
amazing.
away.
Yeah.
It was just lovely, but it was heartwarming
Yeah.
for me, and I think that's so important. But
We tried to make the lunches quite kind of wholesome
yeah,
and
You
nutritious.
succeed.
And yeah,
you succeed. There was an enormous strawberry fall, which I thought was great, and I haven't seen strawberry fall. Did you get that in America?
Strawberry fall.
Fool. Like
Fool.
it's like very,
Yeah.
very whipped, thick cream with fresh strawberries.
Fresh
and sugar.
strawberries.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah,
Delicious.
it was. It was delicious. Yeah. It was.
We call
It's
that
great.
strawberries and cream.
Do you? Oh yes. Well, we're British, dear. We'll have a name
But
for
with
it.
in the States, they have it with a shortbread, don't they? Strawberry shortbread.
Strawberry shortcake.
Shortcake, that's
Yeah.
it. Delicious.
Yeah.
I used to secretly like that, but it's more of a girl's dessert.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh,
Gender
dear.
desserts.
Yeah,
Ginger
ginger
desserts.
desserts. Yeah.
Men only eat chocolate
We
cake.
do manly puddings.
I
as
need
well.
like a chocolate chip cookie and a scoop of ice cream.
Is
You
that
know,
what it
I
is?
feel like a man.
Love it.
But no, I secretly love strawberry shortcake. And my mom will be like, "I made strawberry shortcake." By the way, she's visiting. And
That's
my
so
sister Rebecca would be like, "Yay!" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'll have some."
We got to come by and see your mama.
Yeah, come on.
Ooh.
No, that sounds really amazing.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
It's so good, honestly. So,
I love improvising in the kitchen. That's always fun to see.
and that's what you do
It
every
is.
week.
It's very ready, steady, cook. You
Yeah,
know,
come on.
you've got these ingredients. Let's make
Yeah.
them.
Have you seen that Will Smith movie? 6 Degrees of Separation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No.
Well, yeah, there's this line that really stuck with me. It's like he's conning someone, so it's not necessarily very nice. Like what you guys are doing is nice. But, yeah, he's going to the fridge, and the lady the rich couple he's cooking for. It's like, oh, there's nothing in the fridge, and he goes, a good chef can make anything work.
Mm.
And you just take the bits out and make it happen. I love it.
Rat can do that.
You're doing
That's
this
nice.
at scale. Well done.
Yeah. No, I love it.
We're lucky to have really good chefs. Aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, across the board, that it's the volunteers and the life force of everything that we do. From the volunteers that collect the food
Yep.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday from all the supermarkets, bring it here, store it. Volunteers that work all day Thursday, curate the bags, make sure that everybody gets equal amounts of everything, the dry and the tin. It's a lot.
It's a lot of work,
It's
isn't
a
it?
lot of work, and it takes a lot of people. And on a Thursday, we're about 23 volunteers now.
Oh yeah, it's buzzing.
And every week, new people join us, and it's
How do people get involved?
they can, mostly word of mouth. There's quite a lot of people telling their friends about what we're doing. But wherever we've been on like social media, or people see our flyers, or learn about what we're doing through our Instagram or Facebook, they'll get in touch, or through Tribe, which is a website for volunteers,
Okay.
and HVA, and also Charity Ad.
Yeah.
Now
But they stay
should
with
I
you,
mention
though.
the van?
I want you to mention the van, but I want
Oh.
to go back to the because what I noticed when I spoke to people, when I came and spoke to the volunteers, they said people don't leave,
I know.
which I thought was so lovely
Yeah.
because quite often people volunteer and then they stay for 6 months or they stay for a year or
Yeah.
whatever. But you've got people that have been there from the very
For 4
beginning,
years,
haven't they, for the 4
Yeah.
years, which is great. So it's like, no, it felt like they were incredibly protective of the project.
You get very invested in it.
Yeah.
Because of that face-to-face element of it.
Yeah.
You meet people that you serve. It's not remote. It's
No,
Well, it'd be
absolutely.
remote if you were a driver, I suppose. You just do food collection
Sure.
of food. But the people that work on a Thursday have that interaction, really personalised it.
Yeah. So why we're here
Mhm.
is because this unit here at the stage is where you do an awful lot of your prepping, and is that right?
This is where we store our food.
Oh,
So
right, okay.
the fridges and the freezers. We do
Yeah.
some prepping here.
Yeah.
We're planning to do more prepping here. Ultimately, we want to feed more people and create more shopping bags at Sustenance on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So we need to source more food.
Yeah.
And once we're sourcing more food, we can do more prep here.
Yeah.
So that we have, maybe we can bake cakes or pre-make sauces and stuff like that. But we also want to use this space for workshops in food preservation, more specifically, like fermenting, pickling,
great.
chutney making, anything that preserves food and stops food from going to waste.
But also, that's another opportunity to get service users involved.
Absolutely.
And learning more and more skill, isn't it? Because they may not live in places where they can actually do that, which means they can come down and use this fantastic kitchen.
Yeah.
When you put those on.
Well, we have members from lots of different countries who are really interested in facilitating pickling workshops here.
Yeah.
So learning how to make pickles from Iraq, Kurdish pickles.
I saw that.
Pickles from Syria, pickles from
Absolutely.
Sudan, or any kind of fermenting, Ukraine.
I was going to say, you had Ukrainians and
course-
Polish that I was talking to.
And and then we do lots of in the past we've done sauerkraut making and pickling vegetable things here, which went really well. So I'd like to do more of that.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen pickled?
Ooh, eggs. I think fermented eggs is weird.
Yeah.
Not into that.
Yeah.
You can see that. That's a very.
I saw one on TV. It was like a Japanese
they go back.
100-year egg or something.
No, not for me. No, you good.
Pickled.
I'm not
too
feeling
much.
that.
It's too much.
I'm not feeling
I'll pickle almost anything, but I'm not really feeling eggs.
No.
You
I
can
agree.
pickle like wild garlic, you can pickle leaves. There are so many things that we can forage in the wild.
Definitely. So, can I go back to your...
My Uncle Jethro pickled his pinky finger. Too much?
Yeah.
Maybe not for today.
You're so... You
Guess you
bring
can't
a
pickle
real...
anything.
He brings a real boony story, doesn't he? Bless. We're sticking with the WI. No, so what I saw was heaps of produce. So where do you need more produce? Are you yes, Madeleine's
we do.
nodding frantically.
We do. We have a wait list now, so we really need to get more food so that we can take people off our waiting list.
Great. So we'll use this as an appeal.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Ideally more fresh produce, so more vegetables and fruit. We have now recently, which I'll talk about more later, we've got an electric van, so we're hoping that we can go to perhaps more local farms and growers and dairy farms and get, if we could offer our members, even if it was one item of protein a week, whether it's eggs, cheese or milk, from a local dairy farm. We would happily go and collect it. If there's veg that needs harvesting, maybe we could rally some volunteers and give that a go as well.
Yeah, why not?
But we'd like to open up that relationship with local growers so less food goes to waste, because a lot of food goes to waste when it's
yes, so
not,
to change that assumption that that's the end of that, we don't need it, but if there's still stuff left, we'll come and get it.
Exactly. Because you've now got this electric van that you've just acquired the keys to this week, is that right?
Last week.
Cool. Nice
It's
one.
fantastic.
And a driver, I understand.
Not yet, but we've got 3 volunteer drivers who are happy to drive our van around
Brilliant.
For 3 days a week, but we're still looking for a couple more.
Fantastic.
And we're looking for local businesses who might be able to sponsor
So,
keeping the
I
van
get
on
that.
the road, because there's all obviously the associated costs with that.
So if somebody wants to hire the space, the advertising space at the back of your van, £2,000, am I getting that right? Because that was what was published.
I mean, there is that kind of the marketing element of it.
Is that the right figure?
That is the right figure.
Yeah.
But we also open...
No, it's a year.
Yeah, 2K a year. And that would have their logo on the back of the van.
Yeah.
And social media highlights.
Absolutely.
And, ongoing...
partnership with...
and
absolutely.
a working relationship, volunteering.
Fantastic.
But we're open to other types of sponsorship too. If it's a smaller organisation,
Maybe
anything down to £25 or £50 a month. Whatever help we can get towards our running costs, it all helps.
Yeah.
And we've
already got a few
locals.
sponsors, local businesses
Yeah.
that regularly give us money and support us. But it is right from an individual saying, well, actually, I can give you £20 a month. That's fine.
Yeah,
Because
lovely.
It all
adds
it all
up.
counts.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. Any thoughts?
No, it sounds like a really exciting program.
I think it is. I think it's fantastic. The fact that you've got an electric van, I think is amazing because you can less impact. Thank you on the environment. I'm loving that.
We felt that
Nice
was
and
true.
quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not smelly. Oh, I love that. So you're looking for shops, businesses, whoever you can get any sort of produce from, and preferably you're looking for dairy at the moment.
And
protein,
fresh veg.
fresh veg.
Always fresh veg, because that's what people want the most.
We would consider and talk to people who've got anything that they think might be
Anything at all.
anything.
So if they've
that
got an
might be-
allotment,
And if they've got an allotment and they don't mind dropping it off to us on a Thursday,
that'd be great.
that would be handy.
Is that the day they drop it off? On Thursday?
any time on a Thursday between 9 and 1. That
9
would be
and 1.
great.
Yeah. That's at Concordia.
Yeah, but we're open to coming and collecting too. So as long as we're not, running all the way to an allotment in Kent for a couple of courgettes. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely
Within
not.
reason.
No. You need to,
We've done that. We've done that.
We've been there.
Bless.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
So where do we find you on the socials?
Sustenance Food Support. So on both Facebook and Instagram.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And we have a website.
Yeah.
www.sustenance.org.uk, and there's a donate button on every page.
I love that. No, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and
Go on.
just to bolt on the end, we also have people like the Citizens Advice Bureau coming once a month.
Yeah.
Do an advice table for our people.
I love that.
And we have Energise Sussex. We help people with utility bills.
Yeah.
Because these are issues, These are things that people are going to be trying to sort out at the moment, and they need a certain amount of support with that. So every month we've got these agencies coming in, and it's easier because they're in the room.
Yeah.
So somebody might be slightly reluctant to go and approach her,
Of course.
but they're in the room and it's very relaxed, and we can go and just sit down and talk to them about those issues.
It's super relaxed, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're going to try and build on that a bit as well.
I like that. And all that happens on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. How you manage to put as much as you do in on a Thursday, it's phenomenal. It felt like a whirlwind. It was really weird, Madeleine. I was standing there and it was like, oh, that food, how are they going to? Went round the kitchen, came back, went, oh, the food is gone. And I couldn't get my head around the fact that, but that's all gone. And everyone was sitting down and eating and having a great old time. It was so nice. What was lovely about last week was the fact that they sent, it was Easter, it was the week before, and people were going out with their Easter eggs because you'd had a load of donations. There was a poor woman running up the road actually as I left.
Oh yeah.
And she had 2 Easter eggs. I went, oh, there was just a woman who needed 2 eggs. She went, oh, I hope I haven't missed her. I said, dash in and see. She'd missed it. They'd already gone. But you were
Christmas
finishing.
we do we hook up with Lidl's. We do toys.
Toys.
So not everybody that comes in celebrates Christmas, but at that time
Yeah.
they can all collect toys for their children.
There's never a bad time to give a child a toy.
No,
let's
there
be
isn't.
honest. Yeah.
That works quite well.
Cool. So they're all things to bear in mind then for later in the year. So you might want to come back later in the year, sort of nearer Christmas, and talk about your drive or whenever it is you start your toy drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on.
Well, it's
people
called
involved.
Lidl Toy Bank, and then at Lidl they have a big box.
Yeah.
And people can buy toys there or buy them elsewhere, and they pop
just
them in
pop
the
them
box
in.
there. Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you, ladies. It's been amazing.
Oh.
I loved it. So throughout this whole thing, you will have seen me going round and talking to people, and it will all be a much fuller story. But thank you so much. You might as well stay there because we're gonna. Oh,
Do you want me to press that?
yes. Sustenance food support. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that. We're not doing shout-outs anymore, are we, in the middle?
No.
Mm.
Straight on to Ross.
Let's talk to Ross, shall we? So when Rima and I started talking about doing this, she said, have you thought of using Ross next door? And I said, Ross? And she said, Ross, Spunglass Theatre. I said, oh my word, yes, perfect. It's a perfect time to bring you
What do you
in.
mean it's next door?
Because this is Ross Drury,
Next
everybody.
door. Well, Spunglass Theatre essentially have the lease for the State Hall, so we are a theatre company that run the facility.
Okay.
Come on then, tell us all about it. Now, Kath used to say back in the day, she'd say, if I was a granny who knew nothing about it, what is Spunglass Theatre?
That is a question with an answer that changes quite a lot, really. I think there are a lot of things. I mean, historically, Spunglass Theatre was a theatre company that started out in Brighton and Edinburgh fringe festivals when we were young, putting on plays about our problems and our hopes, I suppose. Over time, particularly around the pandemic, we had a pivot towards creating activity for children in early years. This was partly because of where we were in our lives, but also that kind of inciting incident that the pandemic created for a lot of organisations. There was a feeling that we can make a difference, and where that's where we needed to position ourselves. So that began with a baby and parent group called First, that got Arts Council funding, where we brought in arts facilitators and actors and artists to run sessions with parents and babies in their first year. So it's kind of a little bit drama therapy, a little bit arts practice, and essentially a parent baby group.
Nice.
That led us, whilst we were in Hastings, to setting up a kind of early years art centre. There's a really small gallery space, which is now a nail bar, that we built a kind of centre for us to do our work in. Whilst we were going on this journey, we realised that space was really important to do our work well. A lot of buildings are made for grown-ups, for example. So, so we got a bit of money and we turned that into an art space. Whilst we were doing that, we were working with lots of different sort of hirers and community groups, putting on our own plays, things like that. And then the State Hall went up asking for expressions of interest. And I essentially wrote a proposal that was for what I called the coolest village hall of all time. So the general premise of that was that we would basically return the State Hall back to what it was originally built for, which was a centre for the community, putting on events that would be accessible, affordable, full of people. Very simple concept, really. We were very lucky that they said yes, and we moved in, and it quickly did quite well, if I'm honest. I've made a lot of mistakes in my career, but the State Hall definitely isn't one of them. We did two very simple things. One was that we made it cheap to hire and easy to hire, which sounds kind of simplistic, and it is, but it had an immediate impact. So our general premise is that we do have to charge for hire, but we subsidise that with our funding, and our business model works in a way where we have to work harder in order to fill it, in order for it to keep running. So we do need to work at volume, and it is important that we have hires coming in, but that worked quite quickly, really, and has grown from that point. So to answer your question, what is Spunglass Theatre? We are one layer managers of a community centre trying to run a village hall, another layer putting on plays, creating art and culture and advancing the arts and culture, and then another layer working with children in early years. And we are, I think, continually responsive within that spectrum. Coming into the State Hall really changed who we were, because actually if we were just to continue only working with babies in early years, would be a really exclusive thing to do. We had to kind of broaden our horizon and create different relationships, different partnerships in order to make it work. And that changed our objectives with it. So, that's kind of where we've been and where we're going. I mean, it is about to change again, actually, in a sense, where we're starting to pivot our work towards new writing and creating theatre work that's about families, so not necessarily for children and their parents, but actually pieces of theatre that are reflecting on family life, what family means in our contemporary society, and the politics that kind of impact all of that. So we are on the precipice of employing a playwright to work with us to create those plays, and a producer, so we can then go from the State Hall and start touring different spaces and community centres.
Wow.
Will you put them on here?
Yes, so the idea is that we will we do programme theatre work in here, which if you're watching at home, please start booking. The thing that we struggle really with is selling theatre tickets, but we happen to put on really great programmes, so I would encourage people to look at what we're doing. So we receive shows from other companies as well as make our own. We put up lighting in the hall, we put chairs out, turn it into a theatre for the evening. The idea would be those plays will premiere here and then go on tour.
Nice. And what's do you have a background in theatre? Were you an actor, or are you an actor?
I'm a theatre director by trade. Terrible actor. Really important to understand that about me. One of the worst actors you've ever met. So quickly moved on from that, but loved acting, loved what acting could do, love actors. So I naturally navigated towards directing when I was about 19.
Are you a film or theatre guy?
Theatre. I've never done a film in my life. Love film, but never made one.
What's your favourite film?
My favourite film is 12 Monkeys.
Oh,
It's a good
such
one.
a good film.
Monkey.
Because, and actually this really links to
I don't know what that means.
this might sound a bit Spunglassy, but our logo is a kaleidoscope. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
The reason 12 Monkeys is my favourite film is because every time you watch it, it's a different movie. It's a different story.
movie.
It's a different perspective.
Every time.
I love that.
Yeah, it feels like it's got lots of things, lots of layers and lots of hidden depth. Yeah, it depends on the mood you're in when you watch it.
It's a time travel film, it's a real apocalypse film, it's
got everything.
I have to watch that.
Oh,
it's different every time you have a kid and then you watch it, it's all different.
Wow. I'm astonished. Because when I associate I'm just coming from my own ignorance here, and I can, quite often I will be speaking for our viewership, and they'll go, I didn't know either. So when I come to the Stage Hall, I've been to workshops here, I've been to more craft fairs than I could shake a stick at. We used to use here back in the day when Juliet Russell was using here for vocal explosion. We used to come here and sing in the choir. But I kind of thought, how does the theatre aspect work? But you just illustrated it really well.
Yeah, well, a really important person in our journey is a director called Dan Hutton, who worked with us and runs Hastings Theatre project. So when we had the lease, the idea, the proposal I wrote was essentially turning a theatre company with a sort of civic outlook. Yeah. How can we think about what we contribute to our surroundings rather than take from it?
You remind me actually very much of Dan Bobby's setup. So I'm sitting thinking, this is like Hastings Theatre project.
Well, he's really quite, So when I got the lease, I then started just reading about it, and I came across his book, which is called Towards the Civic Theatre. Yeah. Found out he lived in Hastings. He had recently seen a play that I made and liked it, which is the easiest way into my friendship. And we went out for a drink, and I said to him, do you want to come and hang out in the hall with me? Yeah. And he did work for us for a year. So those links are definitely there.
Very generous people.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And I think he'd say the same about you. It sounds like you're very, very simpatico in that way.
Yeah, do you know what I think? Yes, we are, and I consider Dan a friend as well as a sort of creative colleague. But I also think this is a lot of where theatre makers' minds are going, because tickets are hard to sell. The world around us is changing. I think we need to think about how we're contributing to audiences. Yeah. The days are gone. It's sometimes very hard to justify why to do a play. Why do one? What impacts are having? The Arts Council is pushing for that, but also I'm noticing that a lot of theatre makers have started to think about that way and think about how their skills as theatre directors and actors can actually bring people together and change something. Yeah. A big inspiration for me, and there is a link with food banks and Sustenance, who was a director I've never met years ago, but someone called Alan Lane, who during the pandemic quite literally turned his theatre company into a food bank. And there's a wonderful book about it called A Club on the Edge of Town. I'm advertising Alan Lane, so if you ever see this, do you remember me from 10 years ago? Yeah. But it's a really inspiring book about, and it quite directly asks the question, if your audience are hungry, why making opera? You need to feed them first before you get to the opera. It's a really interesting argument for what culture is really for. Yeah, sure. So that was all in the DNA when I was writing that proposal to get the space and what I wanted to go and achieve.
But all through the pandemic, when people were saying, well, we all know who the people were when they were saying about the ballerinas, well, they can get to the back of the queue because we don't need ballerinas. We need different people. They were turning on Netflix, they were turning on the radio, they were turning to their music, they were turning to the theatre. Even though they couldn't go to the theatre, they were looking at theatre online. And that people needed, so people making these decisions that we don't need culture would automatically resort to culture as their form of sustenance. So food is one sustenance, but theatre and all things cultural.
Food is culture.
It's absolutely, food is culture, but also culture is food. You know, not to eat exactly. Touche. But it's really important, you know.
That's a nice sort of setup actually for our next project, which we are collaborating with Sustenance on, which is called Pizza and Plays. So when you were talking about how the social element stood out to you when you started that, I've had similar thoughts around, well, actually, this is why people want to go to the theatre, is that social element.
Yeah.
And I think maybe as theatre companies, as programmers, we need to work harder on what that social element is in order to sell more tickets and actually for the culture to be meaningful. So our next project, Pizza and Plays, is going to see us we're recruiting at the moment for 12 artists in Hastings. We have partnered with the museum, and those artists are going to connect with the sort of museum's archives and create 30-40-minute theatre pieces about Hastings law. So that might be a famous figure like the Conquered King, or a particular story, or a kind of, something from Broom Grove, like a real Hastings idea. And then we have 3 evenings over the year where they'll put that play on, and Sustenance will provide the pizza. And then Hidden Beach, Remy,
You
right?
do know Remy,
He's going to do a sort of party rave at the end. So there'll be pizza, there'll be a play, and then there'll be a party. So it probably should be called Pizza Party. I came up with the title before I came up with the party. So that's our sort of. So we won't. My role in that is I will be coordinating it. I will be getting the artists together, making the partnerships and connecting people. We're not
Producing them.
Yeah. Yes. I suppose a sort of producer would be the traditional title. So that goes up. That's our sort of big project for the year.
I love that. When does it start?
It's starting now. So we're working with the museum already, creating a kind of resource pack that is going to inspire these artists that we get together.
Love it.
I'm meeting with the artists next week, so we've just gone past our sort of expression of interest phase. We've got a real broad spectrum of performance sort of skills coming to us. So there's cabaret artists, digital artists, writers, producers, actors. Kind of we'll create kind of micro companies out of those people. And then rehearsals will begin probably in May. First performance in September, second evening in November, final evening in December. And hopefully it will springboard more performances with pizza, my 2 favourite things, plays and pizza.
Absolutely.
I suppose on a sort of long-term strategy is that the artists that we meet and connect with may go on to make more plays this theatre, will become part of the kind of Spunglass family.
I love that. I love it. I'm all over that. The reason I'm all over it is because normally when you sort of, are we eating before we go? Are we going to be grumbling through the performance? I'm always very acutely aware of how grumbling, but the fact that you can have pizza
all under one roof.
That's just.
People like to eat these days.
They do.
It's like you can't go and see a movie without everyone eating in the cinema.
Exactly.
I mean, that didn't happen in the 70s, did it?
No.
Now it's like, that kind of,
I like that though.
So will they be eating during the interval or throughout?
TBC will probably try different things to find the right model.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's get together and eat, play, party afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So I think it'll be 3 stages. I don't think it's like a dining event.
No.
Unless the companies that we get together want to make food part of the performance, which I have. I've done pieces that have included that before.
Dinner theatre.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But my main focus really is just to kind of, I really like theatre, but I don't really like the theatre. I like to sort of break apart all those kind of posh things that stop people going and make it accessible. So
Breaking down. Every week we have this, don't we? It's really weird, the bridging the gap between theatre being that place and yes, elitist. Every time.
well, I mean, this is like we could have a whole podcast about this, but obviously we live in England, and it's a very you go to the theatres in London, and the architecture themselves are very elite. So it has been this for hundreds and hundreds of years. So,
should we do one?
Do a
podcast. We'll get you,
Yeah,
we'll get
sure.
Dan, we'll get Poppy, we'll get whoever, and talking about
Our townhouse theatre.
our townhouse theatre, which certainly
Get
does.
Neil from the stables.
We could get Neil.
Yeah, because he
That'd
sells
work.
tickets very well. He's
He
very
does.
interesting.
Yeah, he is. We were there a couple of weeks ago. I love this so much. I didn't realise quite how much I would, because I thought, oh, this is someone I don't know. And I will own it, viewers, that sometimes I don't know who I'm going to be speaking to. And it's really nice to hear that you've got all this going on. Any more?
How do we get involved?
How do we get involved? Well, you can hire the hall anytime you like.
How does someone do that?
So you can go to our. Oh, there's a lady who's got a booking. Is just trying to get in. Would you mind open the door? Sorry.
Because we're in real time.
Yeah. She'll think I'm not here, and there we go. So what to say? Yes, you go to our website www.statehall.com. You can email us at bookings@spunglasstheatre.com. I'm here every day. You can come and knock on the door and say hello. And we also have another space, which is the Fillets Bowls Club. So we help them with hires. It's not our space, it's obviously theirs, but we help facilitate that with bookings and hires. So there is also that available. And we are, if you're asking what else we're looking to do, we are looking to expand that network. So if you're a community hall or a church or anyone that might need help hiring space out, we also do a bit of that. So,
you know who might need your help?
oh yeah,
It's off the patch slightly.
Yeah.
But Icklesham.
That's
Icklesham Church. They're starting to broaden their horizons.
Oh, great.
And,
Okay.
yeah, maybe get in touch. Because I've
Yeah.
got a friend there who, like, what do we do with the church? We could do everything with the church.
Well,
Church space?
it helps us to have more spaces because we can give everyone what they want. So,
Absolutely.
you know, if somebody contacts us and we're not available in stage, we can go, we've got this space, we've got this space, and, and then everybody starts to win then because we can help these other spaces with revenue as well. So that is certainly something we're interested in doing.
Oh, I love that.
We've also set up recently something called Spun Connect, which is a community box office.
Yeah.
So it's essentially, like Eventbrite. You can set up an event and stuff. So you can go on our website and for £10, set up an event, set up 3 or 4 events on the website, sell tickets, and not pay astronomical charges for transactions.
Wow, you covered loads of bases. You're very business oriented, aren't you?
Oh, that's a strange word to use to someone who thinks they're a theatre director. I didn't.
But potentialising space is what you're talking about, which I think is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So what we could do, because I see these buildings empty, and I'm like, that freaks me out. Why is it not booked out? But you're clearly working to.
Yeah, I remember when I first moved to Hastings, I wanted to set up a drama club in the stage hall, and I remember going to the fire exit window where you can see it, sort of pushing the dust aside and looking in. And I couldn't get hold of anyone at all. And then when I did, it was really expensive and really difficult. And that, I felt wronged. That stayed with me. And I think my sort of broad objective is that nobody else goes through that, and it feels like all that you can hire is for you.
I love that.
And we've spent a lot of time talking about culture and plays, but for doing this job, I think culture is in the people.
Absolutely.
I see it every weekend, every day. That
it's not a highfalutin thing, culture.
Yeah, and actually, it's really satisfying for me to be able to achieve that and see that, and not have to put on a whole play. Because it's tiring and it takes a long time. So, I have seen that impact firsthand, and it does keep me going, motivated. But in terms of the business side of things, I think I think naturally as a theatre director, I can put together patterns and ideas and strategy. That's just like we can all do that.
Absolutely.
And I think if you can connect that with audience development and not fall into the trap of wanting to make loads and loads of money for yourself, then it becomes civically orientated and can do things. And I think that I can sell stuff, but I can't market things. But I do see what we're doing with a community interest, not necessarily a community interest that is a robust business, rather than kind of individual organisation.
And it's sustainable. It's sustainable as well, isn't it?
At the moment, yeah. We have to work hard on our funding. I have to work hard on making sure that the hall is always booked and seeking out opportunities and partnerships like I do with Sustenance and create those relationships and create bookings. I have to innovate. I have to think on my feet. And be responsive. It's not easy, but yes, it is sustainable. It is difficult in fundraising and things at the moment in the arts, and particularly in Hastings. But I personally see that as a
challenge.
Yeah, but also what's going on. I don't know if you know this statistic, but Hastings now has more Arts Council bids than anywhere other than London and the south of England, which tells you what kind of community we have. Now, you could interpret that like, oh, it's so competitive. Oh, no, I think that's amazing.
No.
And what an opportunity to create partnerships and meet people and build on projects. The idea that arts organisations are in competition, we're not Silicon Valley.
No.
Like this is I think it is a community. Like my experience of theatre makers is they generally want to make friends and do stuff. So, I think we're in a really exciting town at the moment. What we lack is the infrastructure to connect all of that together, because we don't have an NPO that's a theatre. We don't have a real arts centre. We're trying to do that in our own way, but we're a team of 3. So it is slightly separate. So I think that second podcast will be really interesting. And how we create that glue that puts that all together and creates a cultural community.
Definitely, I'm all over that. Because I think that would be let's organise it and get some more of you together, because there's loads of you here, which is I think it's fantastic. Hastings has theatre. Yes. Ross, you've blown my mind.
Forgive me if I'm talking too fast.
No, you're fine. Don't worry. I hope the sound is good enough, because these have been very invasive fridges here, haven't they, today? But
invasive fridges.
Invasive fridges. That's a new album, isn't it?
Invasive.
We've got to do it. But bless your hearts, everybody. You've been amazing. So we've worked out where we are on socials. You've already said everything.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being part of our Wednesday. Thank you, ladies, so much for being part of our Wednesday. Rima, Madeleine, Ross, our town, absolutely indeed, has plenty. Woohoo!
Cheers.
That was mine.
In a week where a dear friend went into Sainsbury's and asked for some middle-aged spread. Sorry, I had to put that in because Jonathan, I love you so much. It just made me laugh out loud. Okay. So this week's shout out. So we are week 13 of season 3. We are the 15th of April. So these apply to this week. So what have you got going on, Mike?
Right. Well, we have a couple of things coming up. Oh my God, what's the date? So the 30th of April, we've got a garden series supper club with Lucy Dixon. That's at Powder Mills. You may or may not have heard, but I'm helping with some programming, music, and event strategy at Powder Mills. Crafts and Powder Mills. Battle, and it's an amazing, newly reimagined facility. Really lovely hotel. The grounds have been refurbished beautifully. And
so they still have a peacock?
No peacock. Peacocks have moved on. So they're doing an amazing, and they're working with a lot of local providers. Lucy is a longtime Hastings part part of the furniture here. And they're doing a garden series supper. They're doing 3 of them, where you go and you have a chat with Lisa. You work your way through the garden. You pick some ingredients. You bring them back. The chef talks to you about what they're going to do with them. And then you sit around a big old table with amazing people like yourselves and have a great meal from the things that you picked.
I love it.
And then on May 2nd, I believe, we have Coyote Cash, which is
You know them well.
Tom Fryer and
Lily Kim.
Lily Kim. I just totally drew a blank. Sorry guys. Brain fart.
No.
They just wowed us at City Bennett's show in the shop. And they've recently had a baby. Life is good. This is going to be a great show. The songs they're writing are straight out of their lives and their experience doing this amazing thing together. So that's going to be in the shop. And then later on in the month, we have Alan Durant doing his poems. It's a journey through grief. It's part of a larger grief-centric festival.
If you haven't heard Alan Durant, he's an exceptional writer, but he's also an exceptional. I'm using exceptional a lot now, but I don't care. An orator. He really can get up and orate his own
so powerful.
And they leave you when you hear his poems and his prose, you do go, oh wow, pretty often.
Yeah,
I like him.
He doesn't talk about it, but he's actually like a pretty well-known author of children's stories.
Yeah.
Which, if you've ever tried to write a children's story, it's quite difficult to do one that's good.
Yeah.
And he's got like bestsellers and
They're
stuff.
a very discerning audience, children, aren't
They are.
Yeah.
And then this is not on Mike's list because it's not ticketed, but I'm launching my new band Southern at Ginny Lind. We're going to do a monthly show the third Tuesday of each month from 7 until 9. Loads of special guests coming. I've got this first one is going to include my friend Ben Balmer, who's coming over from the U.S., world-class harmonica player, old bandmate of mine, great singer-songwriter. He's going to join us as a guest.
When is that again?
That's the 21st of April, I think, it should be the third Tuesday. Is that right?
Don't ask Rakesh, just look at him going, I have no idea.
But please come, please drink beer or spend money while you're there because we get paid a percentage of the take and you can give us a little tip if you have a good time. But it's going to be a bunch of new songs. Me and my band have been working on these songs every week for about 3 months now and really trying to do something a bit more than just get up and play the songs. We're trying to tell more of a musical story. So I hope you'll join us for that.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Southern at the Jenny.
Southern
Not to be confused with Southern
water.
No.
It's a bit shit.
No, it's a bit shit. That should be the tagline, shouldn't it? You heard it here first. It's a bit shit. No, I'm thinking of Simon's band. They're called
Southern Lights.
Southern Lights, yeah. Not to be confused. Quite a different thing.
Yeah, I hadn't quite caught that. Sorry, Simon.
Sorry, Simon. Yeah.
I'm more Southern than you are.
Yeah, here it goes. It depends on where you're coming from, of course. You know, whether you're Southern, the UK, or Southern from America. One of our apples and oranges, Jessica Brown. She is having Move Your Body with Jessica Brown this Friday, everybody. Here, State Hall, not in the kitchen. So you'll be in the room next door. £6.66 a ticket. That's a bit special, isn't it? As a price. So we've got an Eventbrite link up here. What I love here is no dance experience is necessary. Just come willing to be moved. So she uses 5 rhythms and others because she's a body therapist, a singer and a mover, which is lovely. So go and join Jess. So this Friday, 7:30 till 9. Okay, we need to do a shout out. Shall I start? Then you can do this from
Okay.
We're going to shout out to Tara Reddy, Arts on Prescription. She's going to meet the King. They're having she's going to the garden party.
I know. As recognition, she's going to Buckingham Palace, Royal Garden Party in recognition for Arts on Prescription. So well done, Tara and her team. So she said, I can't take the whole team because there's just one ticket, but I'm hoping she's going to take her mum. Because that'd be great, take your mum to see the King, that'd be brilliant. Yeah. So she's got to get a new outfit and a hat. So, good for you, Tara.
She needs advice. She can speak to Glenn and Kath Vanessa. They went.
Did they?
Well, the Queen was still with us.
Oh, how cool. I love that.
Donna Canale.
Canale.
Is it Canale?
Yeah. She's Italian. Italian Scot.
I'm getting it all wrong today. Canale.
Canale.
Donna Canale jazz workshop classes. Weekly lessons accompanied by a pianist. It's a live trio, end of term performance at Barnaby's Lounge. If you want to get involved, it's Mondays starting 20th of April, and then again the 14th of September for the Christmas term. Mornings, the morning session is 10:30 until 12:30, and the evening session is from 7:30 until 9:30. That's on Mondays.
She's amazing. I have friends that have gone through these courses, so you learn. She's an incredible jazz singer. She's sung with some of the best bands in the world and toured with them. So when you go, it's like going to Leanne Carroll's ones, but Donna does them as well, and it's just chef's kiss. And then they all pitch up at Barnaby's and do a performance. I know. Oh yeah, where's your mum? Dad's Club. Now I came across this. Somebody was asking about being a single dad or a dad who's a stay-at-home dad or just a dad who's got kids. So they meet up on Sundays at the bandstand at Alexandra Park, 9 to 11, to chat, commune, have coffee, and they said chaos, which always makes me laugh. So you can bring kids of any age, newborns, toddlers, teens. Feel free to bring snacks or games. But
so important.
What a great idea. Yeah. Fantastic. We'll put the phone number at the end.
Jack on the Beach all dayer.
Yes.
Saturday, the 2nd of May. 1 p.m. to 2 a.m. Yeah. DJ Soul Provider.
Ian,
my buddy Ian.
He's lovely.
Is going to be there from 1 until 3 p.m. Spinning tunes. He's a great selector, great DJ.
But the gig goes on from 1 till 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's right. The whole thing. So there's DJs all day. Is that what's
all
happening?
Day.
Yeah.
All day. Yeah.
Lower Promenade, Oscars. Yeah. You know where it is, right next to Goat Ledge.
That's first bank holiday weekend. So if you're not Jack in the Greening, you can be Jack on the beach.
Yeah. Okay.
We didn't go. Oh, we did. Went to see Jarvis at Jerk and Bean in Kings Road, 37 Kings Road. Afro-Caribbean food. Used to be the Barbers. Everybody knows the Barbers.
You didn't get a hair in your food.
I don't think that's the plan anymore. But I want to sample it bit by bit. So I had a lamb patty. It was delicious. Yeah. The spice was absolutely just right. It was really nice. So yeah, he has everything there. Aki's brown stew chicken, which is, if you haven't had it, you must try it. They've got the curries, the oxtail dumplings, and 3 mac and cheese wrap. He said, "Yeah, I'm all over that." He's salivating. He loves mac and cheese. So also, and the quintessential rum cake and other puddings. So we've left the details. So go down and
Speaking of patties on Kings Road, and Jarvis, my son Jonas, I'm teaching him on the walk home from school about sort of being a human.
Yes.
But early on in that process, we would walk by the shops, and he just got in his head that he needed to go into every shop and disturb everyone and ask for ice creams and cars, and he didn't know he had to pay. So there was quite a bit of, hey, you can't do that, let's go, we're not going in there today. And he would always seem to have a complete patty in front of Jarvis's.
That's a paddy, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Stop correcting me.
As opposed to a paddy.
I've never seen it spelled out. Anyway, he would always have a paddy
Paddy, yeah.
in front of Jarvis's barbershop,
Yeah.
and he would always come out and offer him a lollipop
Oh, really?
to get him to calm down, which, to be honest, would subsequently throw on the floor and step on it.
I don't want that. I want to have.
But I'm really
have
glad
it
to see he's cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in there every morning cooking.
Yeah, he is.
And
So
he always says, fresh. Everything's fresh. So he was doing ackee the other day, and I was like, man.
yeah, might have to stop in there.
Go and check it out.
Uh,
Lovely
We're
guy.
going to go straight after this.
He's known as OJ to his friends, but Jarvis is his given name. So
I like this one. Yeah, so line dancing for beginners. I used to work in a place in Nashville where they did line dancing,
of course you did.
and I can't do it, but
What
it's
was it?
fun.
Horse Hotel? Was it one of the big
Wild Horse Saloon.
Wild Horse Saloon? Yes.
Did you go there?
No, but they had one in Florida, and I did try it now.
Wild Horse Saloon, largest restaurant in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. Amazing.
Tuesdays, 11:15 to 12:15. If you've ever thought I might like to dance in a line with lots of other
Where do
people,
they go?
that's where you can do it. All Saints Hall in the Old Town.
In the old town.
It's
Yes.
£5 per class.
£5 class. Yes. Hilarious. This has made the news. Matthew Stradling's exhibition, Eternal Youth, at Unit 2 on London Road, opposite Department of Joy. Fantastic. These are astounding portraits. Matthew Stradling's. He blows me away. I liken them to if you saw the Bowie album cover where he's got the dollop of gold on his is this a clavicle here? It's what they call the salt and pepper, the collarbone. But he does a very similar look, Matthew Stradling. Beautifully iconic, hugely captivating portraits. The last day is Sunday the 19th, so this weekend. But there's a closing party on Saturday, 6 till 9, so you might want to pop along to that and congratulate him, because this is beautiful art.
Why is that called salt and pepper?
Mum always used to call them salt and pepper. These are salt and pepper shakers, because you could always, if a woman was the right weight, they would be,
On display.
no, they'd be scalloped, they'd be hollow. I'm not, because mine are puffy. I'm carrying too much
I'm
timber.
convinced that Patsy just makes things up.
No, she
Passes
doesn't.
them off at some old lady
No, she
saying,
doesn't.
No,
She
no,
doesn't.
no.
She does not. So this guy,
Okay.
yeah.
Everybody knows that windows are hard to keep clean up by the seaside. So Lewis at Window is your person.
Yeah.
He's got pole reach.
He has bowling.
He's got jet washing and traditional.
He does.
All three bases covered. He's new to the game,
Yes.
looking for windows. He wants yours.
Yeah.
Um,
Let him clean your windows.
We'll put his number in contact.
Absolutely. What a great flyer though. Window without the W. I love that. I think
Yeah.
that's really nice. It's nice and
It's
simple.
very, it's very retro.
So I know it's very nice, isn't it? It's almost 1950s. Home. Oh, I was just no. Omo ad. It's the Omo. It looks like no, it doesn't. I'm back on ads again. Like I can't walk away from the ads. It looks like it should be soap.
In the America, it was Amway, wasn't it? Amway?
No, Amway is a pyramid selling scheme. You're not
Oh,
going
is
to
it?
promote that. No, absolutely. Yeah. Moving on. You can tell we're so homegrown here. Hastings Furniture Service. We went into HFS, didn't we? And Kate was a wonderful host with her constantly getting us all tea with a tray. They have free energy and water bill advice sessions. So Thursdays 9:30 till 12. So a bit like what Rima was talking and Madeleine were talking about earlier. So they have you can go in to your essentials store in Priory Meadow opposite Primark, and Thursdays 9:30 till 12.
They're going up. So
They are going up. So learn about what you need to do.
Get organised.
And yes, get organised, exactly.
on Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we're doing OBX Open Tech Thursdays. That's at the Observer Building in Hastings. It's for anybody interested in trying out VR, wanting to learn about 3D printing, or working on their own tech project and want a bit of feedback. There's going to be knowledgeable people there to share their perspective on your ideas or educate you about what the possibilities might be. And it's open to all skill levels. It's the first Monday of the month, and that's...
No, that's Thursdays.
Oh,
There's two. So you've got Open Tech Thursdays, 10 till noon, and then you've got...
Open Tech Night, in case you can't make the
daytime.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, first Monday of the month from 6 until 8:30.
Yeah.
Under 18s are welcome, but you must come with an adult.
Yeah. It's lovely.
And you can bring your own refreshments.
Yes, bring your own snacks. So Helen Sharp is at Porter's this Sunday, 4 till 6. Lovely Helen.
The Sunday trip, 4 p.m. at 1200 Postgrads. And Jeff Gilbert. And then doing sort of 60s, 70s rock and psych.
Yeah, 80 Queen's Road. And lastly, this week, this Tuesday, Albion Skiffle Night on Tuesday, 8:30. And the following Tuesday, Irish Folk. So the 21st is Irish Folk. Quiz Night at the Forbidden Fruit on Wednesdays, 8 o'clock till 8. And remember, the St Leonards Church Market is always on 10 till 4 on Saturdays.
Stop by and see Amanda. She'll be cooking.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, we had some of her lovely stuff last week, actually, didn't we?
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, darling. So where are we next week?
Don't know.
You don't know. We're at the DONNA War next week.
Well, that's well posh.
Well
Well
posh. We'll be
posh.
up on the stage in the DONNA War. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please, if you would buy us a coffee, we would be eternally grateful. Put the link, KOFI. The link will be below. And yes, and if you'd like us to come in and use your building or your home or whatever, we can be a venue anywhere you like. You could do it as a birthday party. We could rock up and do it from your home.
Yep.
Absolutely. Or your business or wherever. Anyway. So I'm very distracted now. There's a lot going on. There's diggers and vans and
It's all happening.
and trucks. I know.
Our town has plenty of things happening.
Our town has plenty.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.